So, what's up, people? Welcome to 2009. You know, I'm looking back at the last few months, coupled with the fact that I was just angry, depressed, and I didn't know what direction my life was going in. That was just a few of the reasons that I didn't want to make videos for a short period of time there. And we had, of course, death in the family and all that. But a lot of times I would come in the morning and I just didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do, didn't know what I was going to do. I would try to find motivation and I'd let my trading activity render up some anger, which was pretty easy because normally within moments, as soon as I walked in, I'd be angry. So right now, let's just take a second to reflect on what 2008 brought us. Pain and misery. Of course, if you were smart enough to short stocks, you were doing extraordinarily well. Of course, if you got caught in those 1 or 2 days where some stupid news gapped the market up in your face and you were covered, and then the market rolled over and drove you insane, just like happened to most people. At least, one thing I keep saying is that I was smart enough to sell everything I owned, portfolio-wise, last January. And now here we are a year later, and I have no idea what to do. Because you know, the way I look at the market is if I miss an opportunity, I move on to the next thing. So a lot of stocks that I was looking to buy, which I still own a few things, but we're talking 100, 200 shares, so I don't even consider that owning anything. Those are just gambles. Those are just either I'm making money on them or I'm going to lose it all, and I don't care. That's why I've made money on every single one of those plays. I was looking out, calling it the 2018 fund, thinking I'm going to buy some stocks here that I think will be at least a double in 10 years, which, if you think about it, it's not a great investment. If you could double your money in 5 years, that's pretty great, considering if you break it down, it's 20% a year. And if you're complaining about 20% a year, and especially in an environment that we're in now, you're insane. But over a 10-year period, maybe doubling your money is not good. Regardless, every single one of those stocks that I bought did well. We're talking about the GTI. We're talking about the dries, dry ship bulking shipping stocks. We're talking about Zolt. We're talking about made some money on some Qs, Chesapeake. We're talking about Big Steel, Big X. What else did we buy? Talking about LDK. Talking about buying some more Penson. But these are all stocks now that I've made money on, okay? And again, we're not talking about something I could retire on because I was only buying 100 or 200, maybe 400 shares at a time of some stocks. Made some money on Google and made some money on some Baidu. But now I'm at a point where I don't want to do anything considering all the stocks some of the stocks have gone up over 100%. Now, if you bought a stock at 4 and sold it at 7, now it's at 9. Maybe because the stock has been a lot higher, you might think it's going to go higher. But then think about everyone that got in if they were lucky enough to buy the stock, let's say at $3 or $4. Stock's up 100% in a month. Where do you think it's going to go? Are we in this massive recovery mode? Now the market's just going to go up every day? Come on now. Now here's the thing about popular consensus and sentiment. Sentiment's still negative, okay? But we've had this lull where the negative news has stopped the market from going down. You know what I'm saying is we've been going up. When all this news comes out and the market goes up, shakes off the bad news, that's usually a good sign. Usually a good sign for a rally, of course. And we have had that rally. But it's not a good sign, of course, indicating that we're about to rally and everything's okay. We just finally stopped going down for the time being. Now, I'm looking at stocks that I don't want to buy now because a lot of the stocks that I watch have done extraordinarily well since November or whatever it was, 21st, since the market stopped going down. But here's the thing. Everybody was calling for an end-of-the-year rally, and we sort of got it. Now everyone's thinking that we might rally, and everyone's thinking that 2009, second half of 2009 is when the recovery is going to end. That seems like the popular consensus up until yesterday, when I read an article about this analyst meeting. Not that we really care about what anybody has to say, because generally what 2008 has also proven that nobody knows anything, right? Has that been proven yet? Can we all agree upon that nobody knows anything except for a select few people who said the subprime catastrophe would spread and cause the American economy to fall like a house of cards, those were the only people that we could give any credibility to. And of course, those people were called insane and kooks. And nobody wanted to talk to them because they were saying the impending doom was going to take the stock market down. Nobody wants to hear about anybody that's saying that the future looks bleaker than it is today. But I'm here to say that 2009, I'm have to agree with these analysts who are saying, finally, that 2009 will probably be just a up and down, going nowhere, catastrophe into recovery, catastrophe recovery, just like we had in those volatile days of 2008 there at the end, where we just rallied and we just collapsed, and then we'd come off those lows. It's just going to be a bunch of nonsense like that. So the long-term investor, which I've been saying for years now, that's dead. Buying a stock, believing in the company, and thinking 10 years from now you're going to sell it for, 100 or 200% more than you bought it for, I think those days are over. So if you're in a stock at $4 and it goes to $8, you're insane not to sell at this point. Granted, of course, that if the stock was 120 bucks and you're thinking, all right, I got it here at 8, you're not thinking about it just doubling from 4 because you're in at 8. You're thinking this bounce is about to start onwards towards recovery. Maybe it is. Maybe the shipping companies are going to come back. Maybe dry is going to, go back to $25. I'm not saying to own it. I'm saying to trade it. Wake up in the morning, see where it is. If you want to get in, buy it and put a stop in it for that day. Because generally, we're going to rally and we're going to come back down. We're going to rally and we're going to come back down. We're going to go nowhere. So take your profits accordingly. Now, what else was there going to be for 2009 I wanted to talk about? I don't know. The music's way too loud. I think I'm going to start cutting out the music. I'm only going to put in my own brand of music. I'm going to actually be recording my own songs this year. The rap video is almost done. I think the reason I'm not being made a partner on this YouTube channel and is because I use other people's music in the background, so my entire show isn't original content. Maybe that's why they don't like me, and Google doesn't want to give me ads and all that stuff. I'm just an outcast. I'm an outcast, and I'm calling out to everybody in the grassroots. I want to do this myself, and eventually everybody will come to me for advertising. Because I know what I did, since we've all come together, I know I've helped people. Guaranteed. Of course, I hope I've entertained some people out there. We've all had a good time. I still got some monitors on the side of my desk here, which I can't believe lasted this long. Generally, I would be throwing these things through windows, but I have no windows in my office right now. Or kicking them and glass would be everywhere. We're going to get to that. The rage will come again. But what I did after my grandfather's funeral, I took stock in what really meant something to me in my life, and just been hunkering down with the family, just chilling out and just trying to relax and enjoy what is good in life. Enjoying what's good in life is getting still kind of difficult when my kids keep coming into the room every night. I mean, my kids were great. They slept through the night when they were infants, but now every night it's like a little gremlin keeps coming to the room. I wake up and there's a face right there. You come in your bed. And my son puts on a voice like he never has this voice any other time except for 4 o'clock in the morning. Can I come in your bed? I'm scared. And he knows. He's not scared, but he knows if he says that he's scared, I'll feel bad for him. I know he's not scared. The kid's too smart to be scared of anything right now. Anyway. Okay, so the market's up. Also, the funny thing is about last week, I was trading the USOs. And the tragic story of, if you haven't caught on yet to what Hit the Bid is all about, originally called Suck My NASDAQ, if you were unaware, everything I sell goes up. So I was trading the USOs. When they were under 30, and I was like, if they break 30, I'll give it another shot. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Bought them at 30, offered them out quickly. So then it was Wednesday. Had to get the house ready for the New Year's Eve extravaganza. And I told my wife, I was like, listen, I'm going to buying these USOs again here, and I want you to experience this firsthand. Watch me. I'm going to put an offer out at 30.25, and I'm going to go take a shower. Something will happen while I'm in the shower. A world war will break out. Some sort of oil catastrophe, an oil tanker will be kidnapped again. Something extraordinary will happen. And wouldn't you know it, Krull controls the universe. I get out of the shower. The Qs are trading at $34. Some inexplicable craziness going on. Iran, there was a ship, Ukraine not letting something happen. Unbelievable. So now I've caused world war to break out. So stick with me, and we'll see what other catastrophes that could cause in 2009. I'll see you soon, and Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for sticking with me. And also, well, I gotta go. It's 10 minutes. See ya.